Welcome to the Film and TV channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Today we're going to have a look at a mini-series. It's called Dr. Death. Yes, 8 episodes by approximately 45 minutes. So we're going to have a look at that today. It first aired on Peacock, I think, and I've just recently caught up with it on Stars Play. The channel's now monetised, so if you can give us any help by watching the ads or following any links, that'd be great. If you could do that for me, guys, be much appreciated. If anything takes your fancy, obviously I don't expect you to follow a link to something you're not interested in, but it would help the channel going forward. Right, yeah, Dr. Death, a crime drama miniseries created by Patrick McManus based on the podcast of the same name, focusing, of course, on the titular Christopher Dunch, based on true life events. It was released on Peacock in July 2021. I watched it on Stars Play on the 12th of December 21. So all views and comments and scores are at that date here in the UK. And it's about an arrogant, yes, I would certainly use that word, sinister doctor who treats his Hippocratic oath about the same way he treats his patients as his malignant narcissism and psychopathy escalate. His fellow surgeons and a young assistant district attorney set out to stop him. Well, quite rightly so as well. It stars Joshua Jackson in the lead role as Christopher Dunch, Grace Gummer as Kim Morgan, Christian Slater as Randall Kirby, Alec Baldwin as Robert Henderson, and Anna Sophia Robb as Michelle Sugart. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes reported a 91% approval rating, so that's not too bad, is it? With an average score of 7.4 out of 10 based on 23 critics' reviews. Daniel Dadioris was a bit rotten on it, though. He's from Variety. He said, Dunch never adds up to a character we can understand, and standing back and wondering just how far beyond our understanding some people can be doesn't fly as a takeaway for 8 hours worth of entertainment. Well, take your ads out of that. It's not quite 8 hours. I appreciate what he's saying, though. Brian Tellerico was a bit more fresh. He was a bit kinder to this. He's from RogerEbbett.com. He said, the generally underrated Joshua Jackson carries Dr. Death with a fascinating blend of idiotic confidence and nonchalant sociopathology. I knew I was going to get that mixed up on that one. The website's consensus reads, though it keeps viewers in the waiting room a little too long, it does, Dr. Death remains a horrifying tale of medical malpractice centred around Joshua Jackson's sufficiently unsettling performance. Yes, he did very, very well in this. Metacritic, the other little critic site we'll look at, which uses a weighted average, assigned a score of 75 out of 100 based for this one. That's 12 critics, 7 positive and 5 mixed. There was no negative, so that's always a good sign. And it scored anywhere between 50 out of 100 and 91 out of 100. And on to Joe Public, on to you and me. As the time I'm recording this, it stands at 7.6 out of 10, the rating on Internet Movie Database, which is very, very good, as you'd appreciate. And if that's 7.6 out of 10, just breaking down some of the scores, I've ignored the 10s and the 1s, which there are a few. 10 out of 10s and a 1 out of 10s. I've ignored those. But 8,193 people scored it anywhere between 6 and 9, and just 490 scored it anywhere between 2 and 5. So 94% positivity. We're not going to complain about that too much. As for my thoughts, well, yeah, okay, 8 episodes was pushing it just a little bit, and what was more annoying, and we'll talk about it very briefly, was the changing timelines. It kept switching from one year to another from the outset. It did tell you on the screen, it did come up what year we were in, but it was a bit annoying to say the least. Sometimes keeping something chronological in an order, or mainly in an order with perhaps your flashback, is the right way to go. And surely in a story like this, it probably would have helped it overall and given it a better result. I know from reading the reviews, this was a big problem, not just for me. Not just for me because of my poor brain cells, but for a lot of people. And obviously there's a lot of complaints about the length as well, it being a bit drawn out, but that didn't bother me so much as long as they've got good, I like the characters and there's good dialogue in the story. That doesn't really bother me. Despite the length, and of course, messing about with the timelines. It's still very watchable, and Joshua Jackson leads an excellent cast. I mean, those scores reflect that. I think on those critic scores I've just read out. As in the case with these things, I was inspired to go out as well and read up a little bit about it. I'm based here in the UK, so I didn't know, I wasn't really familiar with the story, so that's always good. If something can influence me to go out and read up on it, or watch a documentary or something like that, it's all got to be good, hasn't it, guys? I like that sort of thing. Perhaps, yeah, so sort of summing up, guys, perhaps a bit too padded out for some, I think it was, but not for me particularly. And certainly very annoying with the time shifts. But I do know my good lady watched this and got a little bit fed up with that side of it, and I don't blame her. Obviously, it is a bit of a nuisance. So overall, it is a good, if not great, series, with perhaps Slater and Baldwin also being a little overshadowed, which is no harm in that, to be honest with you. But great from, of course, Jackson, who was superb, and just a special mention for a couple of the ladies, the Anna, Sophia, Robb, and Grace Scummer, who I thought were superb in this as well. So I'm going to give it a very watchable score. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, which is absolutely fine. As I said, yeah, could it have been higher than that? Possibly a little bit trimmed off and a bit more of A to Z storyline, but timeline. But I think 6.5 out of 10 is very good for this. It will be a little bit dry for some. There's a bit of courtroom in it, a bit obviously, but I think people who like this sort of medical thing will thoroughly enjoy it. And as I said, it might inspire you to go out and find about the real instances and what actually happened as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. What are you going to do rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves. Look after your friends. Look after your families. More important, let's all look after each other through me here again on the Film and TV channel. I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.